Welcome to another edition of Rust Rants. I'm John Rust, and I come on and go off about, well, whatever's honking me off today. Now, back in middle school and high school, I was one of the biggest Doctor Who nerds around. I mean, I didn't just watch the series on the PBS station out of Philadelphia. I went to the Doctor Who conventions in Philly. I read the novelizations of the show. I bought a ton of Doctor Who related buttons. And of course, I bought Doctor Who t-shirts. And I was so amped when they revived that series in the mid-2000s. And for the first 5-6 years, those were some of the best Doctor Who episodes I've ever seen. They even made the Daleks more powerful and more terrifying than they ever were in the original series. Unfortunately, the BBC has been taken over by woke weirdos, and they to the point where they have been blasted for their hiring practices over the past few years, which they call diverse, but which others call discriminatory. Basically, in some cases, they've completely shut out white people from applying for certain jobs, all in the name of diversity. And unfortunately, that wokeness has seeped into Doctor Who and completely ruined the show. Now, it started during Peter Capaldi's run as the Doctor. And man, what a shame that was, because my opinion, Peter Capaldi was the best actor to have played the Doctor. Not necessarily the best Doctor, but the best actor to have played that role. And then it turned into a woke cesspool when Jodie Whittaker took over the role as the Doctor. Now, I mean, I'm not completely opposed to having a female doctor, and I think it could have been a really cool idea if handled well. Like, it could have been something like, exploring the fact that maybe only 5% of all regenerations does a Time Lord change their gender, and then you see how the Doctor copes with that. That would have been a great idea to explore. Unfortunately, they didn't do that, and Whittaker's Doctor just lacked empathy, warmth, humor, seemed to be lecturing everyone on how rotten they were. Basically, the opposite of every other Doctor that came before her. Then they completely retconned the Doctor's origins in the story The Timeless Child, which just hacked off so many Doctor Who fans, yours truly, and the show's rating just fell off a cliff, went in the toilet, went into the sewer, and then just exited out and fell into the Mariana Trench. But there might be hope for Doctor Who yet, because Russell T Davies, the chief writer and producer for the show when it was rebooted in 2005, has returned to oversee the show for its 60th anniversary. And man, oh man, did he just drop a hydrogen bomb on woke TV writers. Now, in an interview with the Sunday Times, Davies said, quote, "I do a lot of mentoring, and there are voices wanting to be heard of any gender or ethnicity who consider themselves invisible. They hate the media that ignores them, and they're trapped into wanting a job in that medium purely to increase representation. I read their scripts, and they're rubbish. They don't actually love television, so they don't know how to write for it," end quote. And I think Russell T Davies hit the nail on the head with that one. I mean, it does seem like the people who write shows like Star Trek Discovery or Star Trek The Picard, Doctor Who, She-Hulk, Velma, they don't seem to like the source material at all. They don't seem to like the lore for all those properties that came before. And all they want to do is just push identity politics and other woke ideology, because that's the only thing that matters to these writers. Now, do these comments by Russell T Davies mean we're going to get what fans like me have been clamoring for years? Good stories with good characters? Maybe. Too early to tell, in my opinion, but you know what? At least we have hope. And after everything I've seen coming out of Doctor Who over the past few years, we need all the hope we can get. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this edition of Rust Rants. Be sure to like, share, follow, and subscribe across all of KYCA's social media. That's Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, Instagram, Twitter. Check us out at kyca.info. Be sure to smash the like button, leave a comment. We'd love to hear what you have to say on this video. Till next time, I'm John Rust. I will see you soon.